So someone was asking me about protein powder and what I think about it. Well, protein powder, you gotta realize, is a refined product. It is empty calories by its very definition. A lot of people hate on sugar, right? Table sugar, oh, so bad. The only thing that's really bad about sugar, table sugar anyway, is that it's a refined product. Sugar occurs naturally in whole foods, like fruits, vegetables, so does protein. There's nothing bad about it, as long as we're eating the foods that appeal to us in its natural state, like all other animals are doing, raw as it is. The problem with refined sugar is that you've taken the sugar only, which is one of the 3 caloric components, sugar, protein, fat, and now you're eating that, which provides you with fuel, your calories, without giving you any other nutrients. If you're eating just sugar, where's the protein? Where's the fat? Where's the water? Where's the fiber? Where's the minerals, the vitamins? They're not there. You're just eating. So theoretically, you could eat your caloric need only based on sugar, and you wouldn't get any of the other nutrients, and you would become very deficient and sick, obviously. Not good. Protein powder is the same thing exactly. Protein powder is simply protein without the water, without the fiber, without the carbohydrates, without the fat, minerals, vitamins. Where is it? It's just protein. So you created another product that is termed as empty calories, just like sugar. The third empty calorie is oil. Oil is also a refined product, completely without the associated nutrients. Again, a deficient product, not good. Whole food is what we should be eating from a natural perspective. Whole food is what all the other animals are eating. We didn't evolve on this planet lacking anything. We had what we needed coming from whole food. It's not like when we suddenly invented protein powder, now finally human beings was able to get enough protein. Do you really think so? That for millions of years we didn't get enough protein, and now we created protein powder, we can get it? No. There's enough protein in the food that fits our biological adaptation, and that's fruit for the most part. But without getting into the protein discussion really about is it enough protein, and I know there's going to be a lot of comments down below probably talking about is there enough protein in fruit, and that's okay, but is protein powder healthy? Is it a necessary ingredient for a healthy life? And I would have to just say definitely no. No. Once you start messing with the macronutrient ratio of foods, once you start incorporating white sugar, oil, protein powder, you're messing with the delicate balance of nutrients that exists in a whole food. Just like we got empty calories, on the other hand we got empty nutrients, which is supplements, iron supplements, calcium supplements. You're taking these nutrients by themselves without consuming, there's no calories in there. So you're consuming empty calories, empty nutrients, protein, it just becomes a mess. This is not, we can't figure out human nutritional needs by adding a little bit of that and a little bit of that and sort of in the laboratory like that. No. Human nutritional needs are defined by nature, by our bodies. We have evolved eating a certain way, and this by default needs to be correct. Otherwise we wouldn't have gotten as far as we have. So I don't see protein powders as necessary. I don't see protein powders as healthy. I see them as very unhealthy, in fact. One of the worst foods. It's not even a food. It's a refined product, just like white sugar, just like oil. Whole foods is a norm in nature, and that's what I'm going to stick to. Whole food, simple as that. And the only whole food that you can eat by itself and be appealed by it and enjoy it as a full meal is fruit. You can't really eat potatoes. You have to cook them first, and they're no longer whole food, technically speaking. But of course, there's a range of ideal and less than ideal, and potatoes are still pretty high up there, I'd say, when it comes to human food choices. But strictly speaking, there's only one choice that truly works and fits our physiological adaptation, and that's fruit. Alright, so leave your protein powders. If you want muscles, if that's what you want, you gotta go to the gym. Yes, you need more protein, but you'll work out and you'll eat more fruit altogether and you'll get more protein as well. People tell me that I'm protein deficient because I'm, so skinny. And I'm pretty skinny. I'm not really, huge. But I haven't been working out to get huge either. I'm not planning on it. The real question when it comes to whether or not you're going to put on muscle is your training strategy, how you train. Are you doing it correctly? You can't just go to the gym and lift any old weight, any repetition. You got to do it the right way to build muscle. And there's also strength, which is another aspect of it altogether. Different aspects, different training causes different results. So you can't just eat protein powder and expect to become huge. That's just not how it works. If it were, the American population, which eats a lot of protein from all that meat and animal products, they would all be really muscled, but they're not. They're just fat. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. See you later.